All right, guys, so we've got a new dash cam we're going to check out. This is by a company called Arpha. This is the D24. It's a 4K dual dash cam, so it's 4K for the front camera, 1080p for the rear camera. One of the unique things about this camera is it's got a 3-inch touchscreen. So instead of having buttons that you've got to push, it's touchscreen. You can control it with their app that you download. It is GPS capable. And the second unique thing is it's voice control. So while you're driving, you can there's certain voice commands that it recognizes so that you can tell it to lock the video, switch from the front to the rear screen, all this stuff. So let's go ahead and get this out. What my plan is we're just going to turn it on. I'm going to go through all the menus to show you what options you've got, and then I'm going to hook it up in the truck, and we're going to take it down the road, and we're going to see what kind of video quality you've got. First, let's take a look at the camera itself. Oh, and it does come with a memory card. It's a 64 gig, but most dash cams don't come with a memory card at all. So you don't have to buy a memory card unless you want to just upgrade to bigger. Okay, so that's the actual camera itself. Now, before I forget, let's just go ahead and remove a little safety sticker. Protector, whatever you want to call it. And let's see what all we got here. Okay, there's your mount. It's got some contacts there. So the GPS module must be inside this mount. That's the way most cameras are that's got GPS, is the mount itself contains the GPS module. So I'm assuming that's what that is. Of course, it comes with a USB, a nice little carbon fiber USB adapter. Some you got your little trim tool, and then some stick-on wire brackets. And of course, you've got your cables. That's going to be for the rear camera, and then the power cable for the camera itself. So let me get this thing set up. Well, let's make sure that I got everything. Of course, instruction manuals and all that stuff. So let's get that out of our way. Let me find the power. There's the rear camera. Again, kind of a carbon fiber look. I'm going to go ahead and take the... You don't want to forget to take this sticker off, otherwise you're going to have very poor quality video. And again, the rear camera is 1080p, which is what most of them are. The rear camera tends to always be a little lower resolution than the front camera. So let's see what we got here. So it looks like USB-C. I didn't even pay attention on the actual... Yeah, it's USB-C to USB-A. So let me get this plugged in. I've got a little power source here. I'm going to plug it in. We're going to see what the menu. Cord in, should fire up.
Recording started.
And like most
rear camera is disconnected.
You know what? Well,
Wi-Fi is on. Emergency video.
Let's go ahead and plug the Wi-Fi in, or the rear camera in. And I've just got the rear camera laying here on the desk. Okay, so we're just going to go through the menus. I'm going to tap the screen, and we're just going to go through the icons to start with. That right there is taking a picture. That's locking the current video that you're on.
Audio off.
You can turn the audio on and off.
Audio on.
Not sure what that is. We're going to have to look into that.
Recording stopped.
You can start and stop the recording.
Recording started. Wi-Fi is off.
Wi-Fi is turned off.
Recording stopped.
I like this touch screen. That's really nice. Now let's get into the settings.
Recording stopped.
And of course, I always like to have the highest resolution the camera's capable of. Loop recording. I'm going to take this to 3 minutes. That's how long the video will go before it loops and starts making another video. And it will continue to make videos as long as there's space on the card. WDR, you can turn that on or off. Typically you want it on, but experiment around with it and see what you like. Record audio. You got on and off there. I do like the audio to be recorded. Video stamps. On. Mirror. Of course, that's just going to be to flip the video. G-sensor. We do want G-sensor turned on, and okay, low is good. You got low, medium, and high. Again, that's something you'd want to experiment with. Time zone. You want to set your time zone on -6, I believe, at this particular moment. Date and time. And I'll set the date and time off camera. That way you don't have to watch through that. Of course, you got your date format. Have the different type of formats that you like. Screen save. Oh, that's the screensaver, I think. Live video always on. Screen off after 1 minute. Clock screensaver on after 1 minute. Oh, that's cool. I might have to leave that on. Stealth mode startup. Screen is off at startup. I'm going to leave that clock screensaver on. That might be kind of handy. Be able to look up and see what time it is. Touch screen. Definitely want that on. I don't know how you would, I guess through the app is how you would control it if you didn't have the touch screen. Of course, language, English. Now, I read that the voice commands are only in English. I don't know if that's true or not. GPS we're going to have on. What's these? Yep, miles per hour is what we want for that. Frequency, normally you want 60. GPS info. So this is all the satellites that it would be able to pick up. Of course, I'm inside my house, so it's probably not picking up any satellites right now. But that's a pretty nice little indication of, you know, how many satellites you've got. Storage info. Let's see if it's got our. Yep, it's a 64 gig, but of course, once it's formatted and everything, it's always a little bit less than that. Format reminder. They say every now and then you want to just do a format. I never have formatted my other dash cams, and I've never had a problem. Not saying that you shouldn't format them occasionally, but since I've never formatted my others, I'm going to go with the 60-day reminder. You know, we will go ahead and do a format. Generally, it doesn't take very long.
Format successful.
Default setting. Voice switch is on. Voice commit Yeah, so here's your here's all your voice commands. You got open recording, open screen, show front camera, take picture, turn on Wi-Fi, turn off recording, turn off display, show rear camera, lock the video, and turn off Wi-Fi. And then you've got, that's going to be the version of the firmware. And that looked like all the settings.
Recording started.
So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go mount this. One, to me, important tidbit of information is I could not find anywhere if it said that this had a battery or a supercapacitor in it. I won't own a dash cam if it's got a battery. I will only own dash cams that have supercapacitors. I emailed the company. They said it is a supercapacitor in the camera. The reason you don't want a battery is because the heat and the cold will degrade a lithium battery pretty quickly. Usually within the first year or two, the battery is toast. At least here in Texas, where it gets over 100 degrees throughout the summer, the internal car temperatures are a lot higher than that. So a supercapacitor is what you want on a dash cam. So this is the screen that you're going to see whenever it goes to the screensaver. So after 1 minute of the dash cam coming on, or you being in your car starting it up, here's the screen you're going to get. So you've got the time, which I have not set yet. It looks like you're going to have the speed of which you're going, and whatever date it is. That's pretty neat, I have to admit. That's a pretty cool little feature there to have. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go get this installed in my truck, and we're going to see how it does. Mount it up.
Recording started.
Now, the one thing I want to mention about this camera also is it does have parking mode. So if you buy the Hardwire kit and hardwire it into your vehicle, you'll have other menus up here, or settings in the settings, to where you can set up the parking mode settings. And what parking mode is even with your vehicle off, it will record, and if someone's messing with your vehicle or someone hits your vehicle, you will possibly have footage of whatever the incident was. So we're going to back out of the driveway here, and we're going to take this down the road, and we're going to see what kind of video it takes. So far, I'm liking the camera. I like that touch screen. The screen itself looks nice. I don't know how clear that's coming through, but the screen actually looks really nice. And then check that out. When you're driving, you've actually got your speed in red, and then the time, which I still have not set, by the way. It actually set itself. So it's an hour off because I'm in daylight savings time right now. But I guess it used the GPS to set the time. So that's pretty cool, in my opinion. I'm going to get kind of close to the screen here so that you can kind of see what I'm seeing. That's a pretty nifty little deal there. You can also have that just go black, like I have my Biofo. I've got that screen to where it just goes off completely. I don't need to be looking at the screen typically when I'm driving. And then if you need to, see the screen, you can just tap it, and then it brings the screen back to where you can see. If you tap it again, actually there's the icons. And like I say, it is voice activated. So if you learn the voice activation commands while you're driving, you can, you know, command it to turn off or record video or whatever you need it to do. I think there was about 8 or 10 different voice commands there. Now you got to be careful with voice commands too, because I've had Google Maps and other things, you know, while you're just casually talking, all of a sudden it thinks that you tried to command it to do something. Now, time would tell, you know, after you've had this in your car for a while, whether or not it, you know, would have those kind of issues. But nonetheless, the voice command is a nice little feature to have. And my speedo's saying about 45 miles an hour. Yeah, we're showing about 46 right there. Where's my, there it is. 45, 45, 46. Pretty close.
Recording started. Rear camera is disconnected. Rear camera is connected.
Alright guys, we're going to go for a spin here at night so we can kind of get a look at how this camera does. And it's about 9:15 or so. It's not completely dark, but it's pretty darn dark. Should be dark enough to give us an idea of how good the camera works at night. Basically just using headlights for the light, straight lights. Take the same route that we did on during the daytime. And I like that. I like the display. I like the clock and the speed always being shown. That's a pretty nice little feature, I think. Go ahead and turn around right here and head back. That should be enough footage to kind of give you an idea of how it looks at nighttime.